Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the phone line this morning.
Stacey Abrams!
Stacey Abrams!
Democratic nominee for governor of Georgia.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
Stacey, you don't sound excited. You need a chicken biscuit or something, or some coffee or something now. You got a big day.
I'm excited. I've been up since 5:30, so I'm excited.
Now, did you do any rituals for the blood moon? Because you know it was a blood moon last night. Did you do anything?
I actually got up to see it this morning at 5. It was over Georgia around 5:25. Got to look at it. Love astronomy, so wanted to see the eclipse.
Did you say a prayer?
I did not say a prayer, but I did watch as a blood red moon got wiped out by a rising sun. So I think that's a good omen.
Okay.
All right.
So how you feeling this morning? You feel good?
I do. We have seen record turnout across Georgia. We have seen increased enthusiasm by African Americans who've been discounted throughout this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that we're going to see record lines today. Hopefully not too long, but just enough to make sure that we get this victory.
And can you talk to us about voter suppression and what that looks like for people who are going and waited till election day to go and vote, just so that people know, because we've been discussing that, but I want to hear from you.
And also what they can do if that does happen.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, go to StaceyAbrams.com/vote to get your proper precinct. In 2020, Joe Biden won Georgia with 7,000 provisional ballots that were out of precinct. And what that means is that you were in the right county, but the wrong location. They counted those votes in 2020. They will not count in 22 because of Brian Kemp and Brad Raffensperger. They changed the law. So if you are in the wrong precinct before 5 p.m., your vote doesn't count.
Wow.
So go to the right place before 5 p.m. Now, after 5 p.m., if you happen to be in the wrong place, they will let it count. But try to be in the right place at the very beginning.
Okay.
Number two, if you have an absentee ballot, they have increased the rejection rates because they made it harder to apply, harder to return. And we know in Cobb County, 1,000 people never even got their ballot.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an absentee ballot, take it to the polls, turn it in, make sure they count it. It has to be in by 7 p.m. today, unless you're in Cobb County. In Cobb County, they're doing something special for you for that 1,000 people. But everyone else, bring your ballot with you. Number three, stay in line. If you are in line by 7 p.m., you have the right to vote. If you have any questions, call 888-730-5816. That's our voter protection hotline, and we will help make sure you get the help you need. But this is winnable, and we know it's winnable because they are working so hard to convince you not to try.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that one of the reasons we had such high early voting is that we've been encouraging people to get it done fast, get it done early, get it out of the way, so that we only have to focus on the folks who had no other choice or didn't know that they could do it a different way. But we can get this done.
Hey, Stacey, why should folks be excited about the early voter turnout in Georgia? Because I think I heard that, 2.5 million people voted early?
Yes.
Why should they be excited? Why your campaign in particular, why are y'all so excited about that?
Okay, in 2018, that number was 2,079,000. That means that 21% more people turned out this time. And for the first time, Democrats won early voting. And so I'm excited because we know that for African-American men, they outperformed every other population in terms of their percentage of turnout. And that belies every one of the lies being told about how black men don't care and they're not engaged. And Charlamagne, you know this. You came down to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Black men care, and we wanted to make sure they were engaged, and we are seeing that turnout. The next highest group was black women, and we know that we show up. But what it signals for us is that there is enthusiasm, but it's also people understand what's at risk and what's at stake.
Right.
We've lost our right to choose if you're black women in Georgia, if you're women in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a hospital, the sixth one under one governor. We have 19 more that might shut down in the next 4 years if he gets reelected. We have gun violence that is at an astronomical rate, and he has no plans to make it better, to make us safer. He plans to make it worse and follow Texas's example. And so we are excited about these numbers because it means people are paying attention. It means they do know what's going on, but we need the momentum to stay up and stay high because that's how we get it done today.
Now, Stacey, when you become governor of Georgia, what's the first thing that you're going to do? What's the first plan of attack?
Medicaid expansion. Georgia has 500,000 people who will have health insurance when I get this law passed. 40% of those people are African American. 49% of them are people who work. The next category are often women who are taking care of family members or people who are disabled but haven't qualified for full disability. We've got veterans in there who don't qualify for full VA benefits, who haven't gotten health insurance in Georgia because he's refused to expand Medicaid. You've got a lot of seniors who are not yet 65, but their bodies don't know it. Mm-hmm. And they need health insurance now. Those seniors you see working in a store, and you're like, why are they still working? It's because they've got to pay for their health care.
Right.
Medicaid expansion covers all of that, and it creates 64,000 jobs, and it goes to all of the places where people don't have insurance, which means it gets to those corners of our communities that are always left out.
Stacey Abrams, I wanted to ask you, I've seen so many different articles saying that black men are leaving the Democratic Party, and you just talked about how black men are turning out in record numbers to vote. Where is this misinformation coming from, and what do you think it's doing to affect this election?
It's misinformation coming from Republicans, coming from the same pundits who just want to create a story. And every year there's a new story about what's going wrong and how the world is ending for certain communities. They want to pit us against each other, but they also want to undermine our faith in ourselves and our power. And I think for black men in particular, what we have watched happen is this confluence of not only narrative, but disrespect. The fact that people got mad at me for actually hosting events with black men and tried to turn it into a negative, I respect black men. I know that I've got to ask for every single vote. I heard your earlier guest who was talking about the fact that people don't get asked for their votes. I ask. I don't take any.
Oh, that was Stephanie Young from When We All Vote. Yep.
Yeah, you have to ask, and you have to respect that different communities have different challenges. And that's why I talk to women about reproductive care, but I also talk about being able to finance your business. I talk to black men about the ability to finance your business, but also the opportunity to get an education without going into debt. And because in Georgia we have such a high incarceration rate, the ability to come out of prison, come out of jail and incarceration, and actually be on a road to redemption versus a road to recidivism. And we've got to have all of those conversations. But when you relegate black men to a stereotype and you do not treat them with the respect and the intentionality they deserve, then we get what we sow. And my intention is to sow seeds of opportunity and to show respect, and we think it's working.
Hey, Stacey, I know you got to go because you are. It's a big day. It's election day.
Right.
How important is my last question? How important is it for you to personally win this election? You lost last time by 55,000 votes. If it was that close again, could you personally stomach another close loss like that?
I'm not going to have to think about it because we're going to show up. But let me tell you why.
There you go.
I am the only candidate who wants more for our people, more for our community. Brian Kemp has banned books. He's banned abortion. He's banned background checks for guns. He has canceled hospitals, and he has eliminated our freedoms. I want more money in our pocket, more opportunity in our communities, more freedom in our lives. And Georgia has hit the Powerball. We've got $6.6 billion sitting in the budget for the next governor to spend on our needs.
Wow.
He wants to give it to the wealthy. I want to give it to the people. And all it takes is 55,724 more people showing up. People showing up all day, showing their values, casting their votes, and believing in the victory, because together we can get this done.
Hey, all eyes on Georgia. Stacey, we rooting for you.
We appreciate you for
Absolutely.
checking in, too. Get out there and vote today. Make sure you're out there. Like Stacey said, if you get online at 7 o'clock, don't leave line. If there's a problem, what's the website again, Stacey?
StaceyAbrams.com/vote.
And hopefully we'll be at a victory party. I'm bringing you chicken sandwiches.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right.
Always.
It's Stacey Abrams. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rumors on the way. Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you, guys.